Likelihood versus probability. When you learn about machine learning, in many places you would have heard or seen this term likelihood. And I'm sure you would have got confused whether this likelihood is probability itself or is it something different to probability. In this lecture, we are going to clarify this thing. What exactly do we mean when we say likelihood? What exactly do we mean when we say probability? Are these one and the same? Or what exactly are the differences between these? Most importantly, as a machine learning student, you should understand what is the significance of likelihood. When you are, let us say, writing some equation for a machine learning model, why do you always go for likelihood? What is the significance of this likelihood? This is what you want to understand. We'll start with probability in this lecture and then slowly we'll get into likelihood. So then you will understand what is the difference between these two. Probability you already know, still I am giving you a basic idea of what it is. Let us say you are repeating some experiment, some particular experiment, you are repeating it. Then probability is a numerical measure of how often you can expect a particular event to occur in this experiment. And how will you measure it? You will express it as a numerical value between 0 and 1. This is when you will call it as probability. Why are you expressing it as a value between 0 and 1? That is because then 0 means 0% chance of occurrence, 1 means 100% chance of occurrence, which means it is a sure event, it will any day occur, and any value between these, let us say your probability is 0.2, that means there is 20% chance of occurrence. This is what this particular numerical measure shows you. So what is the use of this probability? It shows the numerical measure of how often this event is supposed to occur. Right? Now probability is clear for you. Let us see what is likelihood. Coming to likelihood, likelihood is a function of unknown parameters of the probability model. How you can see it is, you can see it as the probability of the observed data expressed or viewed as a function of parameters rather than as a function of data. That is the important difference between likelihood and probability. What I'll do is first we'll write it mathematically, then we'll logically explain what it is and how it is different from probability. Let us say you have some observations x1, x2, x3, so on up to xn. These are your observations. Then you have a probability model f of x theta. If this is your model, then likelihood can be expressed as, so theta is the unknown parameter here. So what you do is likelihood L theta, this can be expressed as product of the probability of each of those. So what will you do? Pi I is equal to 1 to n f x theta. Here you are expressing likelihood function here. What does this likelihood function tell you? This likelihood function tells you how plausible different values of theta are given the observed data. So instead of asking you how plausible is the data, here you are trying to express how plausible are different values of theta. Let us differentiate both of these here. If it is probability, how will you express it? If it is your probability function, let us say P of x is equal to x given theta. This is how generally your probability will be. What does this express? This expresses given parameter theta. Theta is the parameter that you are already given. Given means already observed. That is what given means in case of probability. If theta is already observed, then what is the probability of observing data x? This is what probability tells you. Theta is already known, parameters are already known. Given the parameter theta, then what is the probability of observing data x? This is what your probability function tells you. What if it is a likelihood function instead of probability? In this case, likelihood function will tell you, given the data x, given means you have already observed the data. This is the difference. See, in case of probability, you have not observed the data. You are going to observe the data. You have to predict the probability of data. Parameter is already given. That is already observed. But in case of likelihood, data is already observed. Given the data x, how plausible are different values of parameter theta? This is what likelihood tells you. So this is the difference between probability and likelihood. This is the most important part that you want to understand. Next thing is, you already understood that probability treats theta as fixed. Fixed means observed, already observed. Theta as fixed and x as variable. And in case of likelihood, it treats x, that is the data, as fixed and theta as variable. So this is the main difference between probability and likelihood. Next thing you have to understand is, do not see likelihood as a probability distribution over theta. Why should you not see? Why should you not see likelihood as a probability distribution over theta? The answer is, this will not integrate to 1. So when it is a probability distribution, over the complete space, probability distribution will always integrate to value 1. You already learned this in case of probability lectures. So probability distribution integrates to 1 over the parameter space, but likelihood does not integrate to 1. Because of this, likelihood function do not see it like a probability distribution. So what you can see it like is, it is just a relative measure of how much support is given for different parameters by the data. So it is just a relative measure of the support. That's how you can see. It is not a probability distribution. Next thing we'll do is, we'll see why do we normally go for log likelihood, what is the speciality of that, and moreover, we'll take an example and understand what exactly is likelihood, what exactly is probability. From an example, it will be much easier for you to understand and grasp the concept, okay? So first we'll see what is the importance of log likelihood, okay? Let us erase these things off. So we already discussed that likelihood function L of theta, this can be expressed as product of I is equal to 1 to n f of xi theta. This is how you can express likelihood. If this is the case, then this L theta, this is a function proportional to how much support data gives to each particular theta. So then, if you take log of this, I'll tell you why you are taking log. If you take log of this, then this becomes log of this whole thing. What will it be? Product will be converted to sum. So it will be sigma I is equal to 1 to n, then log f of xi theta. So this exactly is the reason why you always prefer log likelihood over likelihood, because log always turns products into sum. So when you turn product into sum, it improves numerical stability. So whenever you want to, let us say, do some calculations, let us say you want to do maximum likelihood estimate or something, then it's always better that you take log and then you do further applications, further mathematical works on the log of it, because then it will be numerically more stable. It will be easier for you to do your mathematics after this. This is why, in order to increase numerical stability, generally in machine learning, whenever you do all these estimations, let us say MLE or something, you will always see that you will take log instead of likelihood. You will take log likelihood, and then you will work on log likelihood. So the main reason is this, that taking log turns products into sums, and turning into sum improves numerical stability. This is the reason. Next thing, We'll take an example and understand what is probability, what is likelihood. We already explained, but we'll take an example and see. Then it will be much easier to grasp it. We'll take a very simple example. The most common example is a coin toss experiment. Let us say you are tossing a coin. Let us say you did it 10 times. So n is equal to 10. You are tossing coin 10 times. In one particular experiment, you tossed it 10 times and the observation is, let us say your observation is 8 heads and 2 tails. So generally if you toss a coin, probability will be 0.5 and you should be getting 5 heads, 5 tails. That is the general idea. Here I am saying that you did some experiment. This time when you tossed it 10 times, 8 of those turned out to be head and then 2 turned out to be tail. See, I am purposefully taking it as 8 and 2. So instead of 5 and 5, I am taking something in which one side there is an advantage so that I can explain you the concept of likelihood better. Okay. So this is the observation you had in your experiment. Then I'll say your probability of x is equal to head can be P. So this I'm just taking as P. Considering this as Bernoulli, then probability of x equal to tail, what will this be? This will be 1 minus P, because in Bernoulli if this is P, then the remaining is 1 minus P. Your probability of heads is P and that of tails is 1 minus P. You know these tosses that we did, tosses were independent. Then how can you write the joint probability of observing a specific sequence of 8 heads and 2 tails? I already told you, you got 8 heads and 2 tails. So given that your probability of head is P and that your probability of tails is 1 minus P, then how can you express the joint probability of getting 8 heads and 2 tails? How can you express it? It can be expressed as L. So this exactly is likelihood. I'll directly write as L of P only. This can be expressed as 8 times you got head and the probability of head is P, which means P power 8 into 1 minus P square. Why? Because you got tails 2 times. Now you know P power 8 into 1 minus P raised to 2. This is the joint probability of observing a sequence of 8 heads and 2 tails. When you do 10 tosses, the probability of getting 8 heads and 2 tails is P power 8 1 minus P raised to 2. This is what you call as likelihood. So here the point is, most important point is your data is fixed. This data is fixed. You are not fixing parameter. Your probability P is not fixed. Generally what you do, if you are tossing a coin, you would first say that my probability P is 0.5 because heads and tails are equally probable. But here I am saying probability is variable. P is variable. Instead, my data is fixed. 8 heads and 2 tails. This is the observation. That is fixed. Then I am saying I am varying parameter P. This is the point here. And this L of P, as we already said, it is not a probability distribution. It is just a function of P. See it simply as a function of P, and this function will tell you how much support the data is giving to each value of P. That is the purpose of this function. Most important point here is why it is not a probability distribution. If you integrate 0 to 1, so in this case it is discrete, you won't integrate. If it is continuous, you will integrate. L of P dP, this will not be equal to 1. This is why it is not a probability distribution, right? So this is the concept of likelihood. Likelihood, like here you are saying, what is the likelihood? What is the likelihood that this data is observed? Then in terms of the parameter P, in terms of the unknown parameter P, you are seeing the likelihood of this particular observation. What we'll do is, in the next lecture, we'll see how exactly is maximum likelihood estimation done. The reason I'm saying this here is, only if you understand this, you will understand clearly what exactly is the significance of this likelihood. If you want to understand why exactly likelihood is important in machine learning, you have to understand what is maximum likelihood estimation, and then you will be clear on why exactly we are using likelihood and not probability. So for now, just understand that this is likelihood. You already know what is probability. Likelihood, now you understood what it is. Next lecture, we'll do maximum likelihood estimation. Then you will understand why is this particular likelihood so important. This is the whole purpose. At that point, you will get complete clarity of whatever we learned here. Okay. We'll go into maximum likelihood estimation in the next lecture.